Yo world, it's the kid Jovon. Thank you for watching the socially charged Debatable and Dope. I'm talking about the Privilege Show. I have two of the dopest co-hosts, two of my dopest co-hosts, two of the dopest co-hosts in the game. I'm talking about Seth.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I'm talking about Dow.
We're gonna get into some things.
We are missing LaShane and Isaac today. Prayers up. It's Sunday. We're gonna get the show started, y'all. How's y'all week been? Everything's been pretty good?
Everything's been great.
That's the norm to say everything's been good. Cause it's,
It's been a long week. Let's just say that.
It's been a long one.
It's been a long week.
Anything that you want to share, like specifically, or what's that?
I was in Michigan, had some family things going on, so I traveled this week.
Got it.
Other than that, I did have a good week. Just a lot.
Got it.
No
Got
sleep, but just did on my family stuff. So it was a good week, though.
Yeah.
Altogether, for sure.
Well, we're glad you can be here with us today. That's
Yeah.
that's a good thing, you know, and much peace and blessings to your family too.
Thank you.
Seth, everything's good.
Everything's good, carrying on like normal. At the same time, still, thinking about disaster preparedness and things.
Yeah.
Should the coronavirus be a threat
Yeah.
to me or my family? But, having a really good attitude about it all.
Yeah, you haven't went into panic mode just yet.
Not a full panic.
Have you
No.
stocked the refrigerators with water and all that stuff? Okay,
Yes.
okay. That
She's
makes
ready.
sense. That makes
Definitely.
sense. That makes sense. My week has been pretty cool. It's been pretty busy. A lot of productive things going on, and obviously preparing for today's show and ready to share some things with the world. So let's hop into it.
Okay.
Front page news. We have a lot of things going on in the world. A lot of things we can talk about to you guys. However, coronavirus still seems to be trending as the number one, number two, number three hashtag in America and amongst the world right now. So we talked about it briefly the last episode 2, titled Toxic Femininity. Go check it out if you haven't. And we wanted to just bring a little bit more light to that. So some updates that are currently going around right now, as reported by the New York Times, is that there's still really no evidence on where the virus actually came from or started. We do know that the epicenter has supposedly been reported as Wuhan, and so that's all we know at this point. As of now, Wuhan has the highest fatality rate from the actual virus, and it's in every continent except Antarctica, which we talked about. It's obviously too cold to be over there with the polar bears and all that good stuff. So, who knows? We might be taking a trip over there if we can.
Hello.
California, a big thing for me, as we are Californians, and it's here.
Right.
So there's a heat map that pretty much lists like all of the confirmed cases of it. I also have like other information like fatalities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I look at it like every day, and we can put this up on the screen, but as you look at it, you see like the little dots and like the areas that are affected. It shows the map of the world, and day by day it's becoming more and more.
Wow. More filled. Now, what part look like it has the most that you can see?
Asia for sure. I'm starting to see things in Africa, which wasn't really there before, and that all really comes down to confirmed tests. So, if you haven't been diagnosed, you're not going to show up on this thing.
Yeah.
Definitely in Europe, and the United States map is filling up as well.
Now I was pretty alarmed. I woke up the other day and it was saying something about 3 people in Pasadena, the Providence Hospital in Tarzana.
Yeah. Yes.
It's
yes.
And now
Downey, it's everywhere.
Yeah, and now this Grand Princess cruise ship that had the 21 plus people on the ship that have the coronavirus has tested positive. They were originally supposed to go dock in Oakland.
Okay.
And so California now prepares to take in the Grand Princess cruise ship they will still be in Oakland. I think it was supposed to be San Francisco at first, originally. So excuse me, San Francisco. They were supposed to dock at first. They came to that bay, that pier. San Francisco said no. You know, no way, Jose.
Right.
You know, and that's pretty. It's a lot. You have to think about. I thought about originally how those people initially felt being on there. That's like, we can't get off. We home almost. We're almost home.
Yeah.
But y'all telling us we can't get off. So anyway, long story short, they have decided to onboard and disembark those passengers in Oakland as of tomorrow, Monday, today.
And they've been at sea for how long?
I want to say it's been about a week.
Has it been 2 weeks?
Let me check that for you. We're gonna round back on that, but I want to say it's been about a week or 2 weeks. It is a long time.
As someone that was on that ship previously, I think he's from Placer County, and he tested positive, and I think that's when they decided to go and test the ship. So I don't know if he was on a shorter cruise and got off, and that's why they knew to go and stop the ship, but it didn't make a lot of sense to me why they would do that.
Right. Why?
Yeah, and I'm not sure where he has been to even contract it in the first place.
Yeah, I was trying to find some data on when it actually, how long it's been kind of at bay and just kind of containing this whole virus. That sounds scary.
Right. Because my thoughts were, if his cruise ended and another one began, then did he leave something behind?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then not being clear about how that actually happened, transpired, because that might be the clue that it's not just an airborne sort of thing.
Yeah.
That you could have just touched the table and now, you know what I'm saying?
That you have. Yeah. And so that, speaking of that kind of red zone map you were talking about, California is up to 79. Washington 86. I'm just throwing out some of the higher states that are confirmed cases. 76 in New York, 14 Nebraska, 6 Illinois, 19 Texas. So this thing is getting pretty big.
It's getting pretty big.
It's affecting all the major cities. If you look on the map, it's like Vegas, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Denver, Houston. It's just Chicago, St. Louis. I mean, it's all the major cities.
Even Hawaii.
Yeah.
And before we go off of that coronavirus update, Italy, they're locking down that whole lockdown. 16 million people.
Yeah, they're pretty.
We stopped flights over there.
Pretty concentrated, really.
Yeah, they was stopping flights over there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, at what point? Yeah.
Everywhere, Asia, all of that stuff, of course.
Ooh, look
most
at
recently,
that.
Shanghai and Italy.
Now, with you being
being suspended right now.
With you being in the aviation industry, how what's your panic level from a scale of 1 to 10? How concerned do you feel flying with these people?
Oh, me personally?
Uh-huh.
I'm at a 0.
0?
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of people?
Fly regardless.
A lot of people are on the plane with masks on, I can assume.
Yeah, of course. Everybody has the mask on. I saw a lady today that had wipes, and she actually wiped her seat down, wiped her screen down.
Yeah.
And I wasn't mad at her at all. Give me a couple.
No, for real. It's just that deep.
Get a couple of those.
And you know, somebody posted a funny meme, and we'll post it for you guys. But they talked about how someone at the Trump and Pence speech where they were talking, they had the actual virus. They tested positive for the virus at the Trump speech. Trump-Pence.
Wait, they was tested at this?
No, they weren't tested at the speech, but
like,
Trump and Pence did a conference.
Okay.
And someone at that conference, unbeknown, tested positive for the coronavirus. So I'm just saying it's really close. I said that to say how close it is.
Oh, wow.
That the president of the United States could possibly have coronavirus. Anyway, moving on from the coronavirus. Y'all good on corona right now?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm good. I think the next corona I need is a real corona. You know?
That would be nice. With the lime.
With the lime. Now, just tell me, I think I have had it mixed up for quite a while. Do you use the lime or lemon and the salt? Which concoction is that for? Is it for a shot or the actual corona?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Isaac Hayes of The Privilege Show. Make sure y'all check us out every Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on HausHillMedia.com.
entertainment.